Veve Comic NFTs have tremendous upside and massive growth potential, in my opinion, for a variety of factors. Hey everyone, it's the Patient Hodler coming at you with another video, and in this one we are going to talk about the Veve Comic NFTs in specific, but this is relevant to all Veve investors and to all Ecomi investors, and we are going quickly into why as well. But before we start, please keep in mind that I'm a crypto and NFT investor and not a financial advisor, so please do your own research before you ape full degen into the Veve Comic NFTs. Also, if you enjoy this type of content, please consider dropping a like, subscribe to my channel, and let me know what you think about the Veve Comic NFTs in the comments below. At this point, I want to thank my rare hodlers for always holding the line during this bear market and supporting me on my beautiful and very exciting journey here. But let's jump right into the topic. So, as you can see here, I'm in beautiful Croatia, so dobar dan to you all, and we are going to talk a little bit about comic NFTs. Although this is all a very bullish topic, I want to quickly do everyone a favor that is currently in a problematic situation with the Veve app and address this topic quickly before we go into the real content of this video. And that is that some people, mainly from Ukraine, Romania, Lithuania, Bulgaria, and I think some other countries, were locked out from the ASM 15 drop, and that is an absolute grail drop. I was lucky to hit one, even one with a Veve exclusive cover, but there were many people that couldn't even participate in this specific drop because they couldn't log into the app. So I don't know what was the reason. Some speculated that maybe there were a lot of bot attempts from these areas, but then again it would be strange to lock each and every one of the users out of these countries. Or what I could also imagine was that there was a failure with the AWS servers for these regions, so that the whole region was disconnected. Then again, this would be an accident and not so bad. But I think, again, as always, when we are criticizing something, the main topic here is that we do not have information, we do not have communication why it is happening. And I think that this just needs some clarification why it was happening. I think there could be a good reason. I hope there is a good reason for it, and I hope that these people will get some clarities and will be able to log onto the app again from those countries. I mean, this falls in line with these other issues, like not being able to cash out from a specific country, not being able to do the KYC from another country. So I think we just need better and more communication for that topic. But with that said, let's get into the bullish Moonboy and degen stuff. So I think that comics have especially big upside on the Veve app for a variety of reasons, and I think they have more upside even than the normal collectibles on the Veve app, the regular collectibles and 3D figurines, because there are some catalysts that are coming to the Veve comics that are already there for the Veve collectibles. For example, the possibility to display them in showrooms. And I think because the covers are beautiful and iconic, you would want to put them as a centerpiece in your showroom from time to time. And the bigger collectors, we have seen that many times with the armies of Lebbets, want to flex with those collectibles, and that is not even here yet for the comics. So the comics are one of these collectible types that that basically has none of those functionalities. Another one is, for example, utility attached to it, like the Disney Plus months for the Golden Homer, or the possibility to order a physical version attached to this collectible that you already got on the Veve app, such as the one of the Eve from DesignerCon. So I could imagine this also coming for the Veve comics, that even Veve could appear as a comic book publisher. So right now we have the exclusive rare and ultra rare variants that I am extremely bullish on, but I could also imagine that in the future a whole new comic would be first released on the Veve app and then come out as a physical version, or maybe even never come out as a physical version. So that, in my opinion, could be also a very good strategy to attract collectors that are right now in the analog version and still in the physical world to the app, because they can get covers already from their favorite artists for rare and ultra rare variants, and they have to come to the app to be able to get those cover variants. But when there is a whole new Marvel comic that is only coming out in the digital world, that could bring a whole lot of people to the app, because then they have to have the app and purchase the NFT to be able to read this comic, or at least to be able to have it always available and own this specific comic, what you want to do as a collector. Now, with that said, that in my opinion is not the only functionality that I could see coming for the comics. We have seen that some people managed to connect the Meta Quest, which is these VR goggles from Facebook. Before it was Oculus Quest, and this is the second version, so they are lighter, they are more easy to use. We have seen before that people were having problems with VR goggles because of the weight of those goggles, and now these are getting lighter and lighter, which shows us that the technology is going into the right direction to enable our votes to be accessible in VR. Right now we are using them on the smartphone, on the computer, but what we want to have is that we can access them in virtual reality. Now, this will bring obviously value to all the collectibles within the Veve app, because then there is more weight on the showrooms. But as I've mentioned before, then comics only now coming to the showroom. So comics in showrooms coming, and then together also with the possibilities in the Omi utility program to be able to display comics with a low mint number, will open up new functionalities. And in my opinion, the rare and ultra rare variants are the ones that have the most upside of them all right now in the app, because they are extremely well made art pieces and designs that are officially published by Marvel. So we cannot forget that all of these comics are official Marvel comics, and that the ultra rare variants are official new cover variant releases that are non-existent in the real world. So in my opinion, having only 15, sometimes only $12 of these comics is an absolute steal. So that is also why I have been purchasing some of those in the last days. I have bought the red ultra rare cover variant for the House of M. I have bought another one of the Torment ultra rare, also Veve exclusive covers. I have gotten the one on the ASM 15 drop, the rare one, and I've purchased some others that I might display here in the video. And when I'm talking about rare, ultra rare and maybe secret rare covers of those comics, I think all of the comics, even the commons, have tremendous upside, but the ultra rare Veve exclusive cover variants are extremely interesting in my opinion, because they are so scarce. So let's just, for the sake of this video, make a quick example here. We have, for example, for the whole comic series that have 30,000 editions, around 1,050 ultra rare, around 1,000 ultra rare variants that are out there. So that means only 1,000 real collectors in the end can have one of these. So with mass adoption, and considering mass adoption, and considering that this mass adoption is really coming, obviously, that is the premise, then this would mean if you have 100,000 people on the app, only 1% of the people can own this specific ultra rare cover variant. With 1 million people on the app, you already have 0.1% of people that can really own it. And if you have financially strong people among them, then, and we can see this already at the ASM 15 drop, that even the common is out of reach for the normal investor, because most of the people do not have the money to invest 400, 500, 600 euros, dollars, whatever, into one common comic. So we are really seeing right now that even the common variant is already getting out of reach, and the common variant has several thousand editions, while these ultra rare cover variants that are Veve exclusive only have 1000 editions and are sitting at 12, 15, 20, 25 gems depending on which of these comics it is. So I am picking them slowly up because of that. And last point here for this math example, let's just say Veve goes completely crazy, everyone in the world knows Veve, we have 50 million users on the app, and a lot of millionaires are coming to the app to buy and flex. I have made this before, but there are multi-millionaires in the world. If we were to get a fraction of those on the app, do you think that these prices will be even comparable to what we are seeing right now? I will give you one of those examples that I bought yesterday. Is the House of M comic. The ultra rare has only 500s, even half the variants. Maybe it's not so interesting as a comic book, but it is a Veve exclusive Comic-Con cover variant that is only 500 people that can have them. So I have bought one, maybe I will buy a second one of those. So in my opinion, this is, even if it goes wrong, even if it goes sideways, it is only a $15 to $25 investment on a super scarce collectible. You also have to see that compared to the golden moment statues and collectibles, these ultra rare variants, and don't get me wrong, I also invested in the golden moment statues, but these ultra rare variants are, I don't know, like 10 times scarcer than, for example, a Timon and Pumbaa statue. Obviously, this is a very big IP. This is Disney, Golden Moment's first appearance, Timon and Pumbaa. But just for comparison reasons, a Veve exclusive ultra rare variant cover that you cannot find in real life, only 1000 people can have it, is sitting around 15 gems. Well, in my opinion, it's worth the gamble, so I'm going with this strategy. Let me know in the comments below if you're also going with a strategy like this, or what your strategy regarding the comics is. And regarding the common comics, I have to add also, my strategy for the super cheap ones below 2 gems is stack and burn. So I'm stacking a lot of them from different comics that are only 150, 180 sometimes, trying to get lower mints, obviously. And I have two options. If they do not increase in value, I will burn them for MCP so that I can use the MCP in the raffle. If they will increase in value, I can take profits on those. So in my opinion, it's like a two-option strategy here. Let me also know in the comments below what you think about this one. With regards to the functionalities that we do not have for comics, but that are already visible for normal collectibles, is also the interaction between a comic and a collectible to maybe enable an animation. For example, this could be the case for tomorrow's drop of the Groot collectible together with the Groot comic. So you could imagine that when you put the comic on the side of the Groot, then it gets an animation. We have seen that before with the weapon racks from Matt Gondek and the Matt Gondek collectible, for example, that it got an animation because it was close to those collectibles. So it could be that the comics could hold an enabling factor for the collectibles of the figurines that are first appearances in that specific comic, or something else that happens together with those comics. Another one is the rare situation of comics that are connecting cover variants. We have seen that from all the Powers of X and House of X comic variants. There are the two ones that are forming an image, and then also with, I think it was the Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man number 798, that is also part of a connecting cover. And obviously this is absolutely irrelevant unless you can display them in a showroom and put them side by side. Then these together will obviously have way more upside. And we have seen that always when there was a connecting cover variant, like the Marauders also, the Marauders, the Amazing Spider-Man and the House and Powers of X cover variants, then Veve has never released a exclusive Veve cover variant for that to probably not destroy the potential of connecting covers. So I think this all will be coming, and therefore I think it is worth at least considering for your investment strategy to pick up some of those comics. Obviously not financial advice, but that is what I am doing right now. But with that said, I'm already at the end of this little comic oriented Veve Marvel NFT oriented video. Please let me know in the comments below what you think about all of this. Do you also believe that comics have this massive upside, or do you have some arguments against it? Please let me know in the comments below about all of this. And yes, wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night or afternoon. Enjoy beautiful nature, get your mind off of everything for a little while, and see you in the next video.